The views and opinions expressed by the participants on this show are not necessarily those of Stewart Information Services Corporation or Stewart Title. Before you make any investment, you should seek the advice of your investment advisor or attorney.
When it comes to real estate, everything matters. Whether you're a realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title is here to inform, entertain, and inspire you. Host Bill Napick from Stewart Title will talk with guests about what really matters when it comes to owning, buying, and selling real estate. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title starts right now. Here's your host, Bill Napick.
And welcome to the show. I am Bill Napick hosting the show. Yes, this is show number 218. Glad you joined us. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. We have put together another awesome show. Can you believe it? So whether you're listening right here in Houston, Texas, in the Champions area, you could be in Dana Point, California, Washington, D.C., or anywhere else. We're glad you tuned in. As always, we're brought to you by Stewart Insurance and Risk Management, where you can get home, auto, all kinds of insurance. And now let's get the show going. We have an incredible guy here. His name is Gary Stallings. He is the leader of the Gary Stallings team in the Champions area, in the Houston, Texas area. Gary, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it.
Well, we're glad you joined us, and it's interesting. Here you are. You have this great team. Let's tell people about your company and perhaps a few distinctions.
Well, I am the broker-owner of RE/MAX Vintage. We're located in the Vintage Park area at Louetta and 249 in Northwest Houston. We have 110 agents. Like I said, I'm the broker-owner, but I am also the team leader of the Gary Stallings team, where we have 8 members on my team.
And that's incredible because your name is certainly well known. Give people an idea in your area, Gary. How's the marketplace right now? What are you finding?
Well, the market's coming back, Bill. It's we suffered a little setback during Harvey, and it's coming back from that. We've noticed here in the last 6 weeks our business is picking up again. Harvey did not affect our home prices, however. That was a good thing. The rental market went up during that time, as it was expected, because people were trying to find rental houses that were out of their homes due to the flood. But I think that's all behind us now. We got the spring coming in and the summer, so we're all looking forward to it.
That's very exciting. And give us an idea, Gary. You've been in the real estate world for a long time. What was it that first attracted you, and what keeps you going in this great real estate adventure every day?
Well, I mean, in this business, you are your own boss. You need to be self-motivated, self-disciplined. The good thing about the real estate industry, of course, is that we have our freedom. We're able to do what we want to do. When the market's down, we're able to take our vacations. When the market's up, we're so busy we can't do anything like that. But like you said, I have been doing this a long time. I'm 31 years with RE/MAX, the only company I've ever worked for. I bleed red, white, and blue.
How about that? Unbelievable. Yes, a fine company, and RE/MAX Vintage is known far and wide. As I'm thinking about far and wide, by the way, Gary, as far as relocation goes, I noticed on your website you had a special area for relocation. Give us a word how the relocation market is now in your area.
Well, it's starting to pick back up again with the big relocation in Houston right now, of course, is ExxonMobil. And they had a slight downturn when the oil prices went down. And, of course, the relocation, bringing people into their international headquarters located at I-45 and near the Woodlands. But now that's picking back up, and we're starting to see a lot more relocation coming in through them.
Looking promising, no doubt. Give people an idea of the team approach, because in the real estate world, I don't know what the last count was. There's a lot of real estate professionals in the Houston area, and the Houston area is gigantic for that matter. However, everybody has an approach. Some realtors go it by themselves, and others have the team. Let's tell buyers and sellers, what's the advantage of the team approach?
Well, the team approach, from a seller standpoint, you're hiring more than one person. You're hiring a team. For instance, when you hire the Gary Stallings team, you're hiring me to deal with all sellers and negotiating contracts. But as far as showing the property, my team members show the property for me. There's no downtime. If I'm out of town, there's somebody on the team 24/7 that's always available to handle things for the team itself.
And also, as far as the team goes, it has to be an extra job on your part to make sure that you select the right people, because having the right people, I'll quote it once again, I've done this a million times, it takes teamwork to make the dream work, right? And without the right team, it could be a nightmare.
Absolutely. When hiring a team member, right now I'm looking for people that are experienced. The inexperienced team members right now are people that coming right out of real estate school, and my team, there's no place on my team right now for inexperience, because my team is just we're way past that point.
And when we think about selecting, as far as the real estate agents go, certainly you have managers and things on your team, different functions that people are performing. But as far as the core principles of a great agent through the years, what is it that you see that even if you looked at a brand new agent or even existing agent, what are the things that you look for and you say they have what it takes? What are those qualities?
Well,
a few of them.
Some of the qualities that I look for, is past production. I look at the fact of what kind of hours this person has worked in the past. Real estate is not a part-time job, although a lot of people try to do it at part-time. But when I'm looking at hiring a team member, I'm looking at their production. Their family status is very important to me, because I try to express to my team members that they have to have time for their family, but at the same time, this is a full-time job.
And I would also add and think that as you have a team, that is another family. That's their professional family, as they're part of your team, right?
Absolutely. Our team, we do functions together. Last year, and hopefully this year, we're going to do the NFL draft. I took all the male team members and the spouses' husbands. We all went down for the NFL draft down at NRG, and we're probably going to do that again this year. But yeah, we're just one big happy family.
And I'll tell people the website. It is the GaryStallingsteam.com. Is that right, Gary?
That is correct.
Once again, the GaryStallingsteam.com. And we are talking with Gary Stallings, the team leader. Gary, give us a word on the feel for, here we are. I don't know about you, but this year is going by like a rocket already. What is your feel for how things are going to wind up and how they're going to proceed along till the end of the year?
Well, as you said, the year is going by. We're at the end now. At the third quarter, we're starting our first quarter. We're starting our second quarter now, and the first quarter ended much better than I thought it was going to be. So that's a good sign that the business is coming back right now. I feel like by the end of the year, we're going to be rolling and going.
And also, as we're talking about your team members and realtors in general, as far as your personal principles of success, for you to be in this business or really anything, what are some of the things that have guided you through that are just basic principles that are there all the time that have worked for you to be so successful?
Well, in my case, like I said, I've been in this 31 years. Personal marketing, marketing yourself, putting your name and face out there as big and as large as you can put it. That was always very successful for me. I put myself on billboards. I was on theater screens, shopping carts. I still am. And it's just putting your face and name out there and marketing.
And I'm glad you said that, because as I was reading your website, it did say that have your name out there and face out there for the masses. There's no question. And it has to be done on a regular basis, right?
Absolutely. We do mail outs, direct mail to certain subdivisions. And I understand this is trash mail. People look at it and throw it in the trash, but on a consistent basis, when it comes time to sell their house, they think about that guy who sends them something every 2 weeks in the mail like we do.
That's right. I had another realtor on the show not that long ago, and I said, he sends me stuff because in my neighborhood where I live, and I said, well, how do I get on your unsubscribe list? He says, it's easy. Just buy a house from me and move to another neighborhood.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good strategy, right?
That's a great strategy.
Always thinking. And Gary, say with the last minute or so, what else would you like people to know about your team, company, or anything else?
Well, like I said, my company is Remax Vintage. We started this company 10 years ago, and it's grown from 19 agents to, like I said, 110 agents. We are located at 10130 Louetta Road. That's a Houston address, although it's right on the border of Houston and Spring. My cell number is 281-660-4881, and I'll repeat it so you don't forget that, 281-660-4881.
Very nice. Once again, the website, Gary, is?
www.thegarystallingsteam.com.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Stallings with the Gary Stallings team. We are going to come right back with even more. You won't believe what's next.
Most people don't know that Stewart offers business, home, and auto insurance. In fact, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management has been doing that and more for over 10 years. And they partner with many leading insurance companies to offer great rates. They're a national insurance agency operating in all 50 states, delivering a broad range of insurance products. Whether you need a home insurance quote for a client's home closing or your own insurance needs, you can count on them. Call 866-845-4676. That's 866-845-4676. Stewart Insurance and Risk Management is here to help.
And welcome back, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. So glad you're listening to us today as we are talking to yet another person from the Gary Stallings team. His name is Gabriel Perez. Gabriel, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Bill.
Again, RE/MAX Vintage. It's vintage,
Yes,
right?
Yes, sir, it is.
And so much more. Let's tell people about your role on the Gary Stallings team.
Well, I am the team manager for the Gary Stallings team, and my everyday operations are to oversee whatever the realtors' needs are on our team. I take care of everything from questions on contracts, any particular problems that they may have with a particular contract that they're having difficulties with.
And when we think about that, as Gary mentioned, there are, 100 and some agents, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you just take the workings of that many agents on a day-to-day basis, and when you get into the idea of the contract, which is a lot of paperwork, as people know, that's a lot of stuff you're doing then, huh?
It is. But if you set yourself a little goal, I wake up every morning. I'm used to waking up every morning, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. First thing I do, make my coffee, go check the internet. Check all my emails, make sure that any questions I need answering, I take care of them.
So you take care of it just like that.
Yep,
You're making it
that's how I
sound
do it.
easy to handle.
Well, it is.
That's like having 110 children almost,
Well,
I guess.
it is. If you have a 17-year-old daughter, you know.
Well, that's probably great training for you. Also, as far as the marketplace from your perspective right now, Gabriel, how are you finding it, and what do you see it? How do you see it playing out here for the year?
Well, like Gary said, we had a bad third quarter last year with the Harvey storm and all. According to the MLS report in HAR, we are having a great first quarter. The January and February, we've had great sales. Inventory's down a little bit. That's good for the sellers, not so good for the buyers going into the traditional buying season of the springtime. But I think we're going to be doing great. We're a resourceful city.
And when you mentioned the sellers, as your agents or you would talk to the sellers, well, how are you coaching them right now to prepare to sell their home and also to make them aware of how the marketplace is right now?
Okay, well, my first approach when I meet a seller is to kind of get to know them a little bit, find a mutual ground that we can relax the atmosphere. And then just bring some facts. You can bring a lot of graphs and a lot of color paper, but that won't help sell your house. Some good black and white numbers, show them what the market has actually done, what it's doing. That's the best way to get them to do the right thing, to list it at the right price where we're going to get it sold right away. It's always worked that way.
And when you mention the right price, that is really key. I mean, the home has to look tremendous from the curb, the inside, decluttered, all those things. But that right price, it has to be right.
Absolutely. It really does. I mean, if you price the home correctly, it would sell itself. There is no doubt about that. There is some things that you need to do. Make the property presentable. The curb appeal is always a big thing. We want folks to want to come visit the inside of the house. But if you market correctly, it will sell.
No doubt about it. And on the other side, as far as the buyers, if people are approaching your marketplace and they call and say, Gabriel, or to your agents again, what are the things that you prepare the buyer for in the real estate adventure?
Well, I feel like you have three kinds of buyers. You have your first-time home buyer, you have your out-of-town buyers, which is very big in this city, your relocation. And then you have your buyers that are experienced, that they have purchased before. Your first-time home buyers, you have to hold their hand and take them from step one through closing and get them a good pre-approval, get them to a good lender to be pre-approved. Just go through the whole step about the option period, getting the property inspected, what to expect. All
There's
on
a
through
lot
to
of steps. I'm thinking about that inspection process. It's just so many things, and especially for the first time buyer, it's a daunting thing. And I no matter what point, the realtor, whether the buyer's first time or not, the realtor has to be so many things in the real estate transaction because there's just so many things to go on.
Absolutely. To a first-time home buyer, you have an elephant in the room. And I was told a long time ago there's only one way to eat that elephant, and that's one bite at a time.
And let's tell people, as far as the coaching of the agents, the many agents that you have, and you said you're helping them with things, is there one or two things that people need the most help on, or what do they come to you a lot and say, hey, Gabriel, here it is again, this same issue. Do you run across the same things a lot, or if so, what would that be?
Some things. Most of our agents are seasoned. They've been in the market for a while. They know what they're doing. I don't run across a lot of problems with contracts or dealing with. A lot of times they want to get a pat on the back, reassurance that they're doing the right thing. So I don't run into too many problems with them. We actually have a really great team.
And when you mentioned that, a word just came to my mind, and that word is momentum. And the momentum that takes place is as far as when that contract is presented and accepted, there's a certain momentum to the transaction that has to roll along. And I would think the role of the agent is to keep it rolling.
Absolutely.
And then from your standpoint in the coaching and leading position, you have to keep that agent, like you're saying, you have to have a pat on the back. Sometimes there's challenges, so there's a momentum that takes place there.
Absolutely, and I think follow-through is a big thing. I feel like that we need to always communicate with our buyers and sellers. It's very important to pick up the phone, answer your phone. That is a very important thing in this business. Very big, a big pet peeve of mine that you do not answer your phone. There's no excuse for that. The only time I don't answer my phone is when I'm in front of someone, so I focus on that person. But when I'm done, I get to my phone.
That is so well put. That is very, very important. And also, what was it about the real estate profession? You're now on the team, I believe, 9 years. What is it about
I'm on my ninth year.
Ninth year. What is it about this real estate profession that keeps you going and keeps your momentum?
Well, this right here. I mean, the whole thing about working, the first-time home buyer, their joy on their face, they get so excited when they're out looking at homes, going out, looking at properties, going through the whole process, getting to the closing table and putting that sold sign in front of them and taking a picture. They love it. I love looking at houses, all the different people that you see. I love contracts. There's nothing negative that I've found so far, and I don't think I will. Super
awesome. Also, tell us about the choices from the buyer standpoint in terms of new construction in your area. Is there a lot of choices that people have in your area?
Yes.
That sounds like a yes, yes.
Yes, there are. I mean, you name the builder. They're out there. We do a lot of marketing in the 77386. Gary and I are currently marketing the Harmony subdivision, along with Spring Trails with one of our other team members, loaded with builders there from Perry Homes that has a wonderful product, Weston, Castle Rock, every level. They're all over the place. They're awesome to work with. They take care of everything for you. They're really easy to work with.
And Gabriel, say with the last 30 seconds or so, what else would you like people to know about what you're up to there at the Stallings team?
Well, come see us. I mean, I think that we can promise you that we will take very good care of you. We will always be there for you. We answer our phones. We have a lot of good knowledge in the area. Our leader, Gary Stallings, has been in the business for 30 years plus.
He's all right, too, right?
Yeah, he is awesome. Yeah, he is an awesome guy to work with.
And Gabriel, let's tell people how they can reach out to you.
Well, you can reach me on the Gary Stallings Team website, thegarystallingsteam.com. Has my bio and my contact. Or you can reach me at 832-928-7467. That is my cell number.
That's 832-928-7467, and he's going to answer the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Perez, and we're going to come right back. Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you for having me.
Stewart Title has been serving Texas for over 120 years. A Texas treasure, Stewart Title's longevity is a testimony to superior service, innovation, and knowing what their customers want. Recent surveys show that 92% of respondents want secure online tracking tools to help them during the closing process. Stewart Title offers the most robust and secure system to track transactions online available today. To learn more, contact Stewart Title at one of their many offices around the city. Stewart Title, online at stewart.com. That's STEWART.com.
Welcome back, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I'm your host, Bill Napick. We march on here on the show, entertaining, informing, and sometimes even inspiring. And now, Cathy Scherer with Bernstien Realty. Cathy, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's great to be here.
Well, it was great. We saw you at an event recently, and it's like, hey, why don't you come on the show? And here you are.
Yeah, I'm here after that storm last night, and
That's right.
It's great to be here.
But it did bring in the cool weather. So let's
did.
tell people a little bit, just in case they don't know about Bernstien Realty.
Amy Bernstien started the company about 35 years ago. It's very family-oriented. It's like being a part of a family. We find that we work really close with our clients, and it's just a really warm environment.
So that must work well for you. And so you are able to then serve your sellers and buyers in a tremendous way.
Absolutely. I've worked for a large corporation, and this is just a different feel. It's hands-on, and we can take care of all of their issues or any needs that they have.
And in the real estate world, let's tell people your approach to the real estate market. Do you go geographically or by the person, or how's that work?
It's really word of mouth, and I did start Interloop, so most of my business is there, my repeat business. But it's really important to listen to your customers, and I find that as the market changes, I have some clients now that are downsizing. So they've raised their kids and they want to go to a high rise or a mid rise. So it's always, evolving in that aspect.
So if you were to describe the area that you work, I'm going to say that it sounds like you're working inside the loop a bit, and then you come out to
Mostly,
the I-10
yes.
and the Memorial area even?
Yes. I do now Rice Military as well, the Heights. It's really growing.
Let's tell people about the Heights. I mean, I guess that's a pretty hot market. How would you describe it?
It's very hot. I mean, people want to be where the action is. They want to be close to downtown. They like the restaurants. There's lots going on there. And just the proximity to I-10, 610, you have a lot of access to get anywhere in the city.
And certainly they can get downtown as well very easily. Now, as far as where your office is located, how is the market there? And we could tell people it's right there at I-10 and what's the cross street? Bunker Hill. So that's also a pretty busy area, too.
It is. Memorial, that area has always, been strong. You have great schools. Spring Branch is growing as well. We're seeing a lot of development in the Spring Branch community. Builders are building new homes, townhomes, and people just want, again, access to the freeways, to the airports, and all of our metropolitan areas.
And would it be safe to say that in the spring, I'm semi-familiar with the Spring Branch area, is it like the Heights used to be where there's a lot of homes that are a lot older and now they're putting new homes there, and that happened in the Heights as well?
Yeah, again, they're building the area so for people that want to downsize. They want to stay close to where they raise their kids, but still want access to get to downtown or to the Heights or, where all the restaurants and things like that are.
And from a relocation standpoint, are you seeing much relocation activity in any of the areas that you're serving, or do you even specialize in that?
Well, actually, I do relocation. We're seeing our company is doing some med center stuff. We're also seeing professors come in. We're seeing energy, of course, but a lot of growth in the med center.
And when we think about the buyers in really any of these areas, what are the things that they're saying these days that they're looking for? Or is there anything new than, say, 3 years ago, 5 years ago? Because things are always changing. And even thinking about the new homes are also changing just the way they design the home. So what are buyers telling you as you're out there showing homes?
Well, their first thought is they want to make sure that flooding is an issue. They don't want to they want it to be safe. So we're looking at neighborhoods where possibly it didn't flood. What's the chance of that? But, we can't predict that. So what we're seeing in the design of the homes is the open concept. People still they want a little bit of a yard. It's still big. If they're raising their family, they want to have the kitchen open. They want I guess you could say a chef's kitchen. Some still want the media room. Some do want a pool. But I think it's just accessibility to schools. Again, it's that community. They want to be part of a community.
And you mentioned the kitchen, but what about the outdoor kitchens? Are you seeing a lot of that?
Not a lot. Some. It's still, some people want them, some people, we're not seeing, the outside is not as important as the inside.
It's interesting that you said the flooding thing. Yeah, that's on everybody's mind when they buy and even when they stay at their home. And we can't predict. However, it used to be kitchens and bathrooms. Now it's floodings, kitchens and bathrooms, right?
Right. That's the first question they ask when I'm showing a buyer, did it flood? But, this too will become a distant memory and we'll move on. The city is strong and, we're always working towards getting the next.
Well, when you mentioned about the flooding, too, it also was very interesting to me how quickly investors emerged onto the scene and how many flooded properties they ended up buying, too.
Right.
And are still in the process of doing so.
Yes. Unfortunately, I have a lot of clients in the Meyerland area. They still want to rebuild. It's their home. It's they want to be close to their communities, their schools, and they're just going to have to
adjust and
move forward.
Modify.
And right. So it's with time, they'll be settled and it will be a thriving community.
It is amazing as I think about Houston. I've been here since 1982, originally from Pennsylvania. However, it is amazing that it never ceases to astound me that we get so much rain. Even when it doesn't flood, the amount of rain we get, I don't know if there's more every year, the rainfall is higher, but it's a lot of rain here compared to a lot of other states.
Yes, but every state has its issues. So we know that, it's a damp climate and
On the moisture part of it, I will tell you that as we live in Houston, and I can think of friends in Pennsylvania and other states, I think our skin is much better because of that humidity. No joke.
Maybe
Just
so,
saying,
yes.
Yeah, that's my theory now. You could go forth with that.
I can use that as a sales tip.
That is a sales. Yeah, no royalties needed on that.
I've used, close to the fire department where
That's true.
You use all of the things that you can to help a buyer make their decision.
And that's a good point because the realtor has to have that trained eye and has to be aware of the surroundings of the home and the neighborhoods that you are an ambassador for, and you look at it in a way where others don't, and that helps them along the way.
It does. I mean, you want to sell them on the neighborhood. They want to feel, if they want walkability, they want to be able to walk to the local school, they want access to a freeway. There's so many things that are important when taking a buyer out.
And Cathy, what is it that you love about the real estate profession that you've been in it for quite a while now?
I've been in it for 15 years, and what I really like is the people. You really get to know your clients, whether it be a buyer or a seller. You become a part of their lives. They share things with you, and you're holding their hand regardless of whether they're a first-time home buyer or they've done this, multiple times. You learn about their kids, their pets, their lives.
Speaking of pets now, how often, and pets are a big consideration when someone's buying a home. Let's say they have one dog or two dogs, maybe a cat even. But what are the things people look for when it comes to pets?
Well, they want a yard or they want to be close to a pet area, a park that they can take their dogs to. Now in the communities that when I'm showing apartments, the communities there have all these areas for pets.
Right.
That's the new thing that I'm seeing. They all have the green bags that you can pull, and it really helps with people that aren't home all day. They can just take their dog out right there and walk it along the path in the back of the apartment complex. So,
do you have a dog?
I have two, yes.
Oh, really?
I rescue dogs. I've done it for years. My kids are very involved, and
good for
you just
you.
Never know what you're going to get.
Well, I have two.
It's challenging, yeah.
I have two rescue dogs also, and they're listening to the show. I don't know, maybe your dogs are as well, perhaps?
Yeah, probably.
What are their names,
They
by
hear
the
my
way?
voice. Patches and Beatrix. They were named, so we kept those names.
Very nice. And Cathy, say with the last 30 seconds or so, what else would you like people to know about what you do in real estate or the Bernstien real estate.
Well, at the Bernstien team, we are there to help you move into your new home, sell your existing home, relocate apartments. We do everything.
Covering all the bases.
That's right.
That's gigantic. So awesome. And Cathy, how can people reach out to you?
You can reach me on my cell phone, 832-689-1024. I'm always available to answer it 7 days a week. Or you can email me at Scherer, Scherer, at bernstienrealty.com.
Cathy Scherer. Give her a call at 832-689-1024. That's 832-689-1024. Thank you, Cathy.
Thank you very much. It's great being here.
And stay with us. We're coming right back.
Most people don't know that Stewart offers business, home, and auto insurance. In fact, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management has been doing that and more for over 10 years. And they partner with many leading insurance companies to offer great rates. They're a national insurance agency operating in all 50 states, delivering a broad range of insurance products. Whether you need a home insurance quote for a client's home closing or your own insurance needs, you can count on them. Call 866-845-4676. That's 866-845-4676. Stewart Insurance and Risk Management is here to help.
And welcome back. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. And now we're going to talk to a gentleman here that his name is Erik Perez. He is with TCH Mechanical. Oh, yeah. AC and heating and so much more. Erik, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill, for the invite.
It's awesome. And Erik, I want to start off by saying I had the opportunity with HWA Home Warranty. I had a problem with my AC, and I was thinking, boy, I hope they send somebody good to handle this problem. And I want to say right up front, you came out there, and not only did you service the AC in a tremendous way, you made sure that you just didn't put it had what was it?
The capacitor.
The capacitor. So that's the motor that runs the fan on the outside unit.
It is just like the starter for the car, but it's for the motors on the condenser units.
And
yes.
what stood out to me that I have a train unit, right? Remember?
Yes.
So that train, you made sure I didn't have just a replacement part. You made sure I had a train part.
Yes,
and
sir.
In addition, you cleaned out the system. And you just went way above and beyond. So my accolades to you and your company because you handled it in such a professional way. And quite frankly, through my experiences in the AC world here, living in this hot and humid place, I haven't run into that often. So great job. But give people an idea of the area that you cover and a little bit about the AC business because it's a necessity here in Houston. There's no doubt.
Yes, definitely. It's a necessity here in Houston, especially when we have such a high humidity and heat, and sometimes when we get the cold weather. So we do cover the Houston area and surrounding. We are also expanding the Austin right now, and we have several things here going on in Houston in commercial, residential.
And let's tell people, as far as their AC, it's great when it's working. For the most part, it works pretty well. But what are the things that we should do to keep our AC working, if there's anything we can do just from a maintenance standpoint, so perhaps we don't need that service call? What should we do to keep it running?
Yes, definitely. One of the most important things we always concern is the AC filters. That causes a lot of issues, a lot of units freezing up, and big thing here in Houston is the lack of maintenance on many air conditioner units.
I think people underestimate the importance of that AC filter. They just let it build up, and then that puts a strain on that motor that you replaced at my house.
Yes, definitely. Lack of maintenance is very important, and that's why if we try to maintain our systems, trying to change our filters regularly, we definitely get the most efficiency out of every system. So, and in those cases when we can repair instead of repair because they overheated because it was working for too long. It will overheat because it ran because the filters were clogged up and didn't have the proper air output. That brings us a lot of problems into the air conditioners, a lot of stress.
And the good thing about that, it's easy to change their AC filter. However, it's like a lot of things in life. It's easy to do, but we don't do it. For whatever reason, we're too busy. lazy, whatever else. So change that AC filter. It's going to make the system work better and prevent problems, right?
Yes, definitely, and that improve also the air quality in everybody's home.
The other thing that struck me is that not only were you there taking care of the problem, but you were explaining the system to me to where I'm like, oh, I've never had anyone do this, and you did a great job. How do you know so much about the AC?
I've been in the industry for about 14 years, and this year turning into a 15, I have been going through a lot of college classes, and most of my experience and my guys' experience and my team has been working for industrial and residential companies. And we do put a lot of classes yearly so that we update every year. And therefore, we want to engage our customers by teaching them about the air conditioners and things they can improve by just working with them and show them how things failed and how we can prevent those things to fail.
Indeed. Now, out of all the AC calls that your company gets, is there a top two thing that you're called out for? I mean, I guess there's one thing where someone says, hey, it's just not cooling. You get that one?
Yeah, we get a lot of calls, and it will be not cooling because of refrigerant leaks, and a lot of things is just lack of maintenance.
What causes a refrigerant leak, by the way?
Well, we have experience.
Other than, say, someone puncturing it? Or...
There's a lot of corrosion. People won't believe, but using Lysol or any other chemicals, they have chlorine on the chlorine or any other chemicals that can become corrosive. When they come into the evaporators, they mix with the condensation water, and that creates a lot of corrosion, and that actually makes refrigerant leaks happen.
And also, what's the remedy for that?
In many cases, is we can repair those leaks, but in many other cases, we have to replace them, replace the evaporators, replace condensers, or the part that needs to be replaced.
And then that's a much bigger job there.
That's a much bigger job, yes. And in some cases, just by, like I said, I always encourage my customers for preventive maintenance. Those things can be solved. And when we clean evaporators, when we clean condensers, we do definitely can see more improvement on efficiency, and we also remove mold. There's just another issue.
And then also on the outside of the unit, you have the compressor. What's the role of the compressor?
The compressor is what it pumps the refrigerant into the whole full system, and the condenser coil is what is outside that condenser unit, and that's what it takes all the heat out. So basically, we transfer the heat from the home into the outside of the home.
So basically, no compressor, no cool.
Yes, sir.
See that? I'm catching on, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The other part of what you do, it's not an easy job. You have the knowledge, and you can repair the parts and replace parts and stuff like that. But how do you handle going into the attic on these hot summer days? Because sometimes the problem is in the attic, right?
Yes, definitely. Sometimes those attics get up to 150 degrees in some cases.
So you got to keep your cool.
Yes, we have to keep cold, and usually we go from hot place to hot place trying to help everybody.
Stay hydrated, right?
Yes, sir.
I also want to compliment the girl in your office. Her name is?
Karina.
She's professional, too.
Yes, she is one of our best in the office.
As we were talking earlier in the show about the importance of teamwork, you're out there working. You have to have the right team, even when it's the people that are with you on the truck, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. We are a family-owned and operated company, and we are all a team that we all care for each other and push for our customers on a daily basis, trying to do our best job.
That's right. In fact, you went above and beyond in another way where you went out and you said, hey, I don't have this trained part, so I'm going to get the trained part to make sure you got the right piece on your system.
Yes, sir, definitely. I don't want to, and I always encourage my guys, my teams to make sure that what we do is the proper repair.
You could have cut a corner there, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
just say, hey, here's this brand X.
Yes. Yes, we keep those just for emergencies, but we always want to make sure we do the right job.
See, just like the realtor has to have the right people on their team as far as title companies, mortgage people, all those other things, we as homeowners have to have the right people on our team. Like we have to always have the AC people that we can rely on, right? And it takes, quite frankly, I mean, it takes a while to get the right company and the right person with it. And you guys shine above. I mean, do you get compliments all the time, Erik?
Yes, sir, we do.
No doubt about it. And that's probably that's what keeps us going is when we get a compliment.
Yes.
Erik, let's tell people how they can reach out to you.
Definitely. They can give us a call at 832-850-6481. That's our office number. Or they can reach us to our website as tchmechanical.com. And we also have our email address, which is customer service@tchmechanical.
And TCH, I forget what did you say that means?
Texas Cooling Heating.
There you go. And we don't even worry about heating right now. We'll talk to you in the winter about that. But in the meantime, you could reach Erik at 832-850-6481. Thank you, Erik, for being on the show.
Thank you, Bill.
And we're coming right back. Stay with us.
Stewart Title has been serving Texas for over 120 years. A Texas treasure, Stewart Title's longevity is a testimony to superior service, innovation, and knowing what their customers want. Recent surveys show that 92% of respondents want secure online tracking tools to help them during the closing process. Stewart Title offers the most robust and secure system to track transactions online available today. To learn more, contact Stewart Title at one of their many offices around the city. Stewart Title, online at stewart.com. That's STEWART.com.
And we're with Michelle Steffen, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. Welcome, Michelle.
Thanks, Bill. How are you?
Doing great. We always love to talk about insurance. And the one thing that sometimes as we think about home, auto, all the different kinds, one of the ones that we don't get to talk about a lot, but it's very important, and that is the umbrella policy. Let's tell people about the umbrella policy.
Absolutely. I really enjoy talking about an umbrella policy because it's something that most people don't think about. But on your homeowner's insurance, you have a component of liability. And then on your auto insurance, you have a separate component of liability. One is meant to protect you on your property and then anywhere in the world if somebody suffers bodily injury or property damage, and it's your fault as a homeowner. And then when you're driving and you're faulted in a vehicle accident, then that liability picks up for your auto exposure. So there's two different exposures at work, and both policies have a component to protect that liability, right?
Unless it goes beyond that.
Exactly. So if as an example, you have a multi-car accident, maybe a pileup. Unfortunately, those happen from time to time in rush hour traffic, right? So in that event, if there's bodily injury above and beyond what your auto policy pays, essentially as drivers, we're found legally responsible for that above and beyond. So if your policy maxes out at $300,000 as a payment for bodily injury to other people, and there's $1 million loss potentially, you need something to help protect you on the other side of that.
So here comes the umbrella policy, right?
Exactly.
It's good to have.
It's excellent to have. And so it doesn't matter if you are a high net worth individuals with multiple properties, multiple vehicles, and 401k and assets, right? It doesn't matter if you're that person or if you're someone who's a first-time homeowner but also has an asset to protect. That's your home, your 401ks, the things that you develop and build as a growing person, right? So those two different types of customers are equally responsible by law for bodily injury and property damage that they cause. So I encourage everybody to get an umbrella. Again, any underlying risk, so if you have a watercraft or motorcycle or an RV policy, any of those underlying policies, if you've got coverage below, the umbrella will pick up above. So it's huge to have.
And the question people may be thinking right now, if I have my home and my auto, the umbrella will work with both of them.
Absolutely.
Even if they're from two different companies. Would that be correct?
That is correct. And a lot of times you get discounts on the underlying policy. So you may get a discount on your home and your auto for having that extra liability protection. So there's a lot of advantage.
Another good reason for people to call Stewart Insurance and Risk Management and find out more. How can they do that, Michelle?
You can reach us at 866-845-4676. Again, that's 866-845-4676.
And simply go to stewart.com to find out more.
Absolutely. There's our insurance tab right there for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle, Steffen, Stewart, Insurance and Risk Management. Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks, Bill.
Title, your host, Bill Napick. And now we're winding up the show, but it's still fun because we have Gary Stallings with the Stallings team right here. Hey, Gary, welcome back.
Thank you, Bill.
Super awesome. Let's tell people, as we wind up the show, what else would you like them to know about the real estate market or about your team or anything else?
Well, our market out in Northwest Houston is, like I said before, is picking up tremendously. We'd like anybody who is thinking about purchasing a home or selling a home, give us a chance at it. Give us a call. Call the Gary Stallings team. One of my 8 or 9 team members can help you. If you're selling a home, you'll deal directly with me. But you can locate us. You can call us at 281-660-4881. And we're located in Vintage Park at 249 and Louetta.
And also, Misty Stallings is doing an incredible job on your team as well.
I happen to know her. Misty's my wife, and she is director of marketing for our team, and she's also a team member. She also shows and lists properties too.
And I do want to, as we're thinking about it, I want to thank our escrow officer in our champion Stewart title office, Cindy Rifkin. She does an incredible job. In fact, she's the one that told me about you guys to get you on the show and to get Gabriel on the show. So we're so glad she is there doing her work in such a magnificent way at Stewart Title Champions.
Cindy and her team do a magnificent job for us. Once we send the contract over to her, we don't have to worry about anything until closing. She handles any problems that comes up directly with the seller.
No doubt about it. And also, as far as, again, let's touch upon before we close on your segment here, Gary, the relocation from this aspect, and that is that people in Houston know your area. They've seen it. However, if you were to paint a picture, a visual picture of what it's like for someone listening, say, in Pennsylvania to this show now, and they say, I wonder about the Champions area that Gary's talking about, what's it look like there from your point of view?
Oh, it's fantastic. The Champions area, of course, has the famous Champions Golf Club that's hosted the U.S. Open, the U.S. Amateur, various PGA events. So that's a big draw to the Champions area. It's a big golf area. But like I said before, the market is really picked up. Golf course houses are big in our area.
That sounds great. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Stallings, the Gary Stallings team, and now also on that team is Gabriel Perez. Gabriel, welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you, Bill.
Super awesome. Let's tell people, what else should we know from your perspective before we close out the show?
Well, if you're, like Gary said, if you're looking to list your property, or if you're looking to buy a property, just give us a call. You will not be disappointed. We have a bunch of great team members. We answer our phones. We know the market area.
That's so simple, but it's so important.
It is very important to get back with your clients. They need to know what's a simple task for you because you do it day in, day out. To your first-time home buyer or to your seller that needs to get out or it's looking to get out because they're purchasing a new property, that phone call makes it makes their day. It really makes them comfortable.
And Gabriel, tell people how they can reach out to you.
Well, you can reach out to me through our website, thegarystallingsteam.com, or my cell number, 832-928-7467.
Give them a call at 832-928-7467. Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you, Bill.
And now she is back, Cathy Scherer. Cathy, welcome back.
Thank you.
Super awesome. Let's tell people again, what else would you like them to know about what you're doing in the real estate world right here in Houston, Texas, or anything else?
Well, I just want you to know that I'm out here and I'm available to help you to buy, sell, or lease a property. You'll get my undivided attention, and you can reach me at 832-689-1024. Would love to hear from you.
Indeed. And, of course, you are with Bernstien Realty. We want to give a shout-out to Amy Bernstien. She is so much fun to be around. I've only been around her a few times, but all those times she's an incredible leader and so much fun. And she's also gets the top rankings all the time, year after year at the Real Estate Awards, right?
She's a great mentor, and you just have to learn a lot from her. Great experience, great people person, and just a very warm and special person.
In fact, one of the things I notice about her, she has that can-do attitude, and I have a feeling that if there's an obstacle that gets in her way, she either knocks it down or moves around it or figures something out to help the buyers and sellers. I'm just guessing. Is that right?
She does, and she helps us with that as well, and her enthusiasm for the real estate market is just, it's enormous.
She loves real estate.
Loves it.
And
loves
also
it.
give us
loves Houston. We all love Houston.
Give us a quick word. I know that you've helped dogs and rescued a few dogs, just like I have. Tell us about that a bit.
Well, it's just it's great because they need homes, and you just get that undivided attention, and they're there waiting for you when you get home, and it's great.
That's right. Yeah, their needs are so simple, but they need food, love, exercise, and it's that simple, and that's what I like.
That's right, and they don't talk back to you.
Well, Elvis does. My little guy Elvis does. But in the meantime, once again, your cell phone is 832-689-1024. Give her a call. Cathy Scherer with Bernstien Realty. Thank you, Cathy.
Thank you for having me.
He's back, the AC man to the stars. He is right here. Erik Perez with TCH Mechanical. Welcome, Erik.
Thank you, Bill.
As we wind up, what else would you like the Houston and beyond, the people listening, to know about your company or anything else about ACs?
Yes, we are a family-owned and operated company based of Cypress, Texas. We work in the surrounding areas of Houston, and we want to let everyone know that we're going to be here to be able to service their equipment, be able to provide a good, honest, and reliable service. And we want to make sure next time they have any needs for air conditioner, we're going to be here to fix their system.
Indeed. And also, Erik, your number is 832-850-6481.
Yes, correct.
And we also want to say hi to your assistant there. Her name is
Karina.
She does a great job. Thank you so much, Erik Perez. And you have been listening to Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I am your host, Bill Nampick. Don't be sad that the show's ending. No, because you can always hear it. You can hear any of the other 217 episodes at Stewart.com/Houston. Again, Stewart.com/Houston. They're all there except episode number 1 because we can't find it. And if you want to close that real estate transaction, simply go to Stewart.com. Find your closest location. We're there to serve you. And so is Cindy Rifkin in our Champions area. No doubt about that. Again, Stewart.com/Houston. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for listening.